completely agree. So on that vein, what are some of the interesting deals that you all have seen recently, or that have recently closed, or that are coming up? Of course, obviously, being broker dealers, you can't talk about a lot of things, but maybe more generalities. What are some really interesting things that you've seen recently? Sam, if you could go first.
Absolutely. One of my favorite companies in the space to give a shout out is called Centrifuge, um, with a presence in New York. To me, they are one of the leaders in bringing so-called real-world assets on chain, particularly with respect to short-term credit. So, if we step back and think about what are the financial markets, it's a vast tapestry. The focus of our conversation is obviously on securities, i.e., equity claims issued by an operating business. But as we know, there are all kinds of other types of financing arrangements that pervade global economic activity, and many of them are of limited relevance to folks who are involved. Many of them are sort of boring in the sense that if I'm doing receivables financing and I'm doing a short-term loan off an invoice that I expect to get paid in 90 days for a risk-adjusted return, that's not as exciting as necessarily as investing in Apple or something like that. But the magnitude of those activities is immense, and the value that comes from putting those activities on chain is immense because, again, if done correctly, it can provide a mechanism by which global sources of capital can really finance real world, very impactful economic activity. And that's the type of outcome where everyone wins. And I see Centrifuge and folks like them as really on the cutting edge there of saying, how can we take these types of arrangements and create the technology infrastructure where they can run as automated as possible and do so on chain, and therefore connect with the global base of folks who are on Ethereum, to connect with the global base of folks who are using other chains like EOS and Algorand, etc. So if you ask me, what am I excited about? I'm excited about teams like that who really are working to make this technology applicable to types of finance arrangements and instruments that underpin and are so crucial to the day-to-day operation of our economy.
Jim, same question to you. Exciting deals, general or specific?
I frameworks around blockchain-based economies or digital securities, but I do think that they will evolve. And from a U.S. perspective, they're going to need to fit into
short-term credit on top of Maker. Yeah.
Jim, thoughts on DeFi, where they interact with securities? Is it a nothing burger to you? Kind of what's going to be the future of that?
I have nothing to add. Sherry, maybe Sam's got some intelligent comments. I would just be echoing Sherry.
Sure, Sam.
Yeah, in 30 seconds, I would go back to what I mentioned: Centrifuge building short-term credit on top of Maker. Now, the largest decentralized monetary system in the world. That, to me, is the key theme, which is connecting global decentralized protocols with safe, easy to manage instruments. And so the DeFi story progresses and starts with safe assets providing for scaled liquidity, and then evolving from there.
Awesome. Thank you, Sam. Thanks for ending this webinar on that great note.